Yeah. So it's been a crazy few days in my world. I was up at Huntington Lake for a couple of nights camping up there, and then I zipped all the way down the mountains up the Central Valley to Sacramento, our state's capital. Had a nice little hotel holiday weekend. Stayed in Sacramento at the Delta King, awesome steamship, renovated and converted into a hotel down there, Old Town Sacramento, riverfront area. Off to Stockton the next day, stayed at the really nice University Plaza. Oh, my light just went out. Uh-oh, gotta charge that. Gotta keep them batteries charged. I always forget about these lights because batteries last a long time, and I don't use them that often. These little panel lights. Little battery pops off the back. These are great even out at camping or whatever. I can't get the battery off for some reason. There we go. Cool for camping or talking to yourself. Now it works. Oh, maybe the battery just slid out of it. No, you can see on the back here, it says the battery's gone. We'll put it back there and see how long that lasts on 0%. What was I talking about? Just had a great time over the last few days, but a lot of driving back and forthing, a lot of interesting, cool places, checking out, taking train rides, going to museums, complaining about GoPro footage sucking, and I really enjoyed the University Plaza Hotel in Stockton, of all places. There it goes. Partial residence, partial hotel. Really great outdoor area. The hotel shaped like this, and the whole inside of the wedge there, this great little outdoor area with AstroTurf and couches and tables, pool tables, an actual pool that will be open probably in a couple days, and some fire pits, and right there on the water of the San Joaquin River, and then a little bit of the inlet of the dredged channel that they made so that the ships could go from Stockton all the way out to San Francisco Bay and Pacific Ocean and points beyond. Well, today I'm just taking a lazy day because I've been traveling, and every once in a while I need a little bit of a me day, a little bit of a break, catch up on some work that I've been neglecting over the weekend, some tours coming up, adding up, dates piling up. That's a good thing to see. Keep me busy. Still trying to convert my brain into work mode, tour mode, but it's hard to when I'm not out there. When I'm out here running around doing my van lifing, kind of hard to think about the tour lifing, the bus lifing, the airport lifing, and all those things in between. I also have this crazy idea. going to be spending a lot of time out in the Tennessee area, because the band I work for is from the Knoxville region. And, you know, it dawned on me, quite often there's like a week and a half, 2 weeks in between tours. And, you know, one of the reasons why I moved out to Knoxville years ago was because I got sick of the flying back and forth in between tours. So I just moved out there with my buddy Josh, and turns out that I'm at that point again, thinking about my home on wheels. I feel like I almost want to move to Knoxville. Nope, don't get crazy on me. I know, I'm not moving to Knoxville. This California boy's staying in California permanently. Can't change that. But what I am thinking about doing is, you know, some people have a second home. Thinking about adding a second home. Probably not in the next day or two or month or three, but looking down the road toward next year as touring picks up and keeps going and the cycle's moving at a steady pace, thinking about getting myself a secondary home on wheels out there in the Knoxville area, so I can explore all those cool areas, the Smoky Mountains and points beyond. Why don't I take my own van? Well, I think you could do the math. I'm going to drive it from California to Knoxville. That's going to cost a small fortune in gasoline alone right nowadays. And then I'm going on tour, and it'll just sit there. And then I will have to drive it back here eventually again when I want to come back to California. And that just seems a whole lot of back and forthing. And on tour, I spend a lot of tour. We drive the bus ourselves, and I spend a lot of tour driving long miles, long open stretches of empty highway across and back and forth, up and down, zigzagging around the United States. And I really don't want to do that in my van. That's not what I like to do. I don't like driving long distances. I like finding cool little loops, like an area, like I was just looking at my buddy Darren. I said, what should I do on the agenda? And he said, hit up Knights Ferry. So I look up Knights Ferry. What a cool place that looks like. But that's right next to Oakhurst. And Oakhurst used to have the Hershey factory. And then he says, oh, check out Sutter Creek. So I look up that, and oh my gosh, that looks super cool too. Some really neat old hotels there. And I started looking at it from Stockton. You take the 88 up to Sutter Creek, and then you take a highway down, and next thing you know, you're in the Sonora, Columbia, Twainhart area. And then coming down from there, back toward the valley, Jamestown. Of course, I want to stop there. So I'm like to plan these little loops. And I look at it and I go, yeah, I could do that whole loop in a day if I'm a crazy person. But why would I want to do that? I want to take my time and enjoy it. So it's like, okay, go up to Sutter Creek, stay there for the night. Really cool hotels I found up there that I really want to stay at. And then next day, move down to Sonora, Columbia. Check out that area. Another day, kind of do the Mark Twain thing, you know, check out Twainhart, Calaveras, those type of places. That's probably another day in itself. And then come down to Jamestown, take the train ride. As far as I know, I got to do that on the weekend. And then go down and check out Knights Ferry and see if anything remains of the Hershey factory that used to be there. So what am I going on about? I don't know. I'm going around in circles, not only in my van, on maps, planning trips, but in my brain right now, I'm like somewhat disconnected. Half of me is over here in a van, and another half of me is already in Alaska. But funny thing about me is I have more than two halves, because there's a third half of me, and that third half is planning what I'm going to do after I get back from Alaska, before I start tour. And that fourth half of me that comes in, well, he is already on tour at the end of June and July. So my brain's getting a little scrambled right now. That's why I need a day off. I've been running around, haven't really had much time to just sit here, talk to you guys, and collect my thoughts. And you gals, I know. So for now, I'm just going to chill out. I'm going to put on the Bad Friends podcast with Andrew Lee and Bobby Santino. Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino. Oh, see, I told you my brain's sideways right now. Anyways, I think that's about enough of me, and I'm all talked out anyways. I forgot what words are.
You two are bad friends. Who are these two idiots?
White dude and an Asian dude. You two are disgusting.
Well, you two are something.
We're bad friends.